What's up, guys? DJ Ravage here again. Rav Entertainment. I said in the last video on the P1800 top cabinets that we were going to do a review on the matching P1800X, I do believe, SX, P1800SX 18-inch Cerwin Vega subwoofer, powered subwoofer. So I've taken the liberty of popping the staples already. My camera, because the box is so big and I'm running out of room here in my shop, I'm gonna have to adjust the camera in midstream, but we're gonna get this thing out. I'm gonna put it up here on the table like I did the top cab, and then I'll adjust the camera so we can have a little conversation. Alright, and hopefully I don't pop a spleen trying to get this thing out of here, but this is all part of it, I think. Alright, styrofoam on top again, obviously. Now this one, unlike the 1500 top cabinet, I have not taken this one out or listened to it or any of that yet. So what we've got right here, first and foremost, is the manual. With a subwoofer, generally you're not going to get anything else but a power cord. Obviously right away I see a pole mount, pole socket for a subwoofer pole, which obviously you have two subwoofers, one on each side, and then put a pole socket in, and then mount your top cabinet. Mount your top cabinet right on top, without having, you basically eliminate the need for speaker stands. So it saves you some room. But ideally, if you do have two subwoofers, you would like to try to, unless it's overkill, you would like to try to couple them, and couple by, there's plenty of other videos on YouTube, couple them by putting them in close proximity to one another. So generally that means two right out in front of your DJ booth or table. Alright, so let's see here. Two handles, one on each side, and let's see if we can do this. Alright. There we go. Alright. So it looks like we've got some protected cardboard on the corners to protect the corners. Make sure that thing's up there so it doesn't fall over on us. Let me get this box out of the way. Excuse me. Alright, there she is in all her glory. Alright. I don't know why they gave us some plastic right here. I expected... check that out. No way. There is a box. Yeah. Jammed up inside this thing. I feel like Dr. Pole, if anybody's ever seen that show. Yeah. That is crazy. I don't think they meant... But I know what this is for now. That is just madness right there. Cerwin Vega, if you're watching this, that is just crazy. Sorry everybody, I'm wasting all kind of time. I didn't expect there to be a box jammed inside the slot of the subwoofer. So anyways, this I imagine was probably tied to it, or maybe even taped to it to keep it, you know, from sliding so far back. That thing was actually jammed all the way inside of the subwoofer. So same as the 1500. We've got a nice excuse me, all the dust. We've got a nice solid steel grill, and we've got a box here. Power cord is taped here to the side of the box, same as always, right there on top of the manual. And there's quite a bit of weight to this. Oh, check that out. That's actually a surprise, because I don't recall, I'm sure you can see me, but I don't recall reading anywhere that the Cerwin Vega came with casters. There we have it. Power cord taped to the outside of the box here, and what do you know, inside, which is why it has all of its weight, casters, and has two solid fixed casters, just roll forward and straight, you know, forward and backwards, and then you have two swivel casters. Sweet, man. This goes back to why I chose these speakers. That's just an added surprise, because I had even looked at like the QSC subwoofers for things like that, feature conveniences like that, but I figured, you know, if I got to go with something like this, big, heavy, I've got little, you know, rolling dollies, I'll build something on the sides of it, and I'll be able to, you know, transport it that way. Well, they just answered my, you know, fixed my little issue. So same as the 1500s, if you can see over here, let me just make sure. Yeah, you can see them. So same as the 1500s, you got this nice big it's actually a composite handle. There's probably some steel inside there, but it's got a nice thick heavy rubber grip. So I imagine that will probably last, you know, quite a while. Pole socket, two handles, you know, on each side, big old slot in the front. Beautiful subwoofer inside. Let's get this thing spun around. Yeah. Let's try to get this well, we won't worry about the plastic right now. Alright. So as far as feet go, you've got about probably 1/2 inch heavy duty rubber feet on the bottom, 4 of those, and then as you can see here, on each of the 4 corners you've got 4. There are Allen head screws. Those obviously correspond to the casters. So pull those out, put the casters in place, screw them back in. There's probably a wrench in here somewhere for those, which I don't see, but I'm sure it's probably in there somewhere. Anyways, it's just a standard Allen wrench. So any multiple set of Allen wrenches that has, you know, multiple wrenches on it would, I'm sure, work just fine. So here we go with the back. As like the 1500s, the top cabinets, all the connections are flush. They're or I should say recessed into the back of the sub. So if you choose not to put the casters on and you happen to lay it on its back, the only thing it's really going to touch are actually the heads of these metal screws. It's not going to, you know, break your gain control off, or you know, anything like that, dent in a grill or something like that that's on the back. So we've got a similar setup, probably, you know, very similar amp, if not the same amp. I'll put the specs in the comments below or in the description, and on the wattage and all of that. You've got a polarity on-off polarity switch for the reverse polarity. So that is basically to try to match it up depending on the top cabinet you have, or in some cases the room. You may find that reversing the polarity of the sub, which instead of it pushing out, it pulls back, it pulls inside. Reversing the polarity may actually sound better as far as the low frequencies are concerned coming from the sub. You also have a Vega bass boost button on off here, or switch, left to right slide switch here, like you do on the top cabinets. The high frequency through and LFE sub button. So what that allows is, if you're going to run, say, 2 XLRs from your mixer or controller, if you're going to run those into the subwoofer first, then come out of the subwoofer and go up to 2 top cabinets, you want the high pass to be able to pass through those cables and go out and up to the sub. And then low pass frequency for the sub. So what it does is it turns the high pass filter, it stops the high frequencies from going into the subwoofer, but it does allow them to pass in and out and go back up to the top cabinets. On this one, unlike the top cabinets, you don't have independent gain controls, but you do have a just a master or main volume control here. Then you've got a link output to go out if you wanted to go out to another subwoofer. So the manuals show daisy chaining, to make a huge system. If you would, if this is the particular subwoofer or manufacturer or model line that you're going to go with, then you could, you can just link daisy chain them the way you would do DMX. And then you've got your power on off and your standard IEC, and then here you also have, like you do on the top cabinets, you also have a remote, a Phoenix connector, which pulls right out to allow you to make an easy connection somewhere else where you have more room to work by screwing in the screwing down the wires to the connector and then just popping the connector right inside. Or if that was, maybe it was rigged and it was wired somewhere, the connector can come right out. So the sub could be moved and then put back in place and just pop the connector back in. You don't have to rewire anything. So that's basically it as far as the unboxing is concerned. Now that I know it has casters with it, I was originally thinking about some type of case for it, but now that I know that it has casters, I'm thinking I'm probably going to make a sleeve for it. So it'll be resting. This would be the bottom, and then the sleeve would just go down and over top of it, and then I could easily, be easily mobile. I'd be able to transport it. Thanks for watching. Hope I covered everything. If I didn't, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to get to it and respond. This is just strictly the unboxing. I'm going to power it up now for the first time with the 215s and have some fun with it, and I'll let you know what I find. Thanks. Take care. Practice and enjoy.